welcome back to Soil to Plant. Today we're going to be doing a game of Never Have I Ever, Planty Edition. I'll give credit to the originator of this tag right here. And I already started off with a quick drink before this, so I have a nice Moscow Mule here because that is the only drink where I had all the ingredients to make. That doesn't make any sense. I added my little bendy straw. And we're ready to go. Before I start the questions, I just want to point out that Black Lives Matter, and I bought this shirt from Mellow Monkey, and I will link their shop down below so you can check it out as well. Link them and you can check them out for yourself. So let's start off right from the jump here. Never have I ever killed a cactus. So when I first decided I wanted to actually be good at taking care of plants and raising them, I went to a big box store and ended up buying my ZZ plant, which is still alive, and then 2 little baby cactuses, thinking, oh, these will be easy to keep alive, right? Well, I wasn't giving enough light inside, and so what I ended up doing was putting it outside on, I had this like semi-covered porch, and so I put it out there, but it was an actual porch outside, so the wind kept knocking it over every single time like a gust came by, and I just kept picking it up day after day, putting it back up for the better part of a year, and then finally one of the times when it blew over, I'm just like, okay. I don't even know if I ended up throwing them away or just left them on the ground. They could still be alive for all I know, but they are not here. They were at my old place, so they are presumed dead. May they rest in peace.
No, God!
Next question. Never have I ever took a plant cutting that was on the ground of a plant nursery. Nope. I don't even think I've ever actually seen a plant cutting on the ground. I can't even think of one. You see like the little succulent leaves and stuff like that, but I don't grow succulents, so no reason to pick those up. So never have I ever spent more than $100 on one plant. I have spent over $100 on exactly one plant, and I will bring her for you right now. Ta-da! Here she is! She is the newest addition to my plant collection here. And oh my gosh, is she expensive? Monstera Deliciosa Borsignana Elbow. I've already almost killed it twice. It had some root rot. It had a big long aerial root and I had to cut half of it off, but I didn't realize it until 3 days after I got it that it was rotten. So I think it's in a good spot now and I won't kill it. Oh my gosh, this plant is going to give me so much anxiety. But yeah, this is the only plant I've spent over $100 on. And it probably will be the only plant I do spend over $100 on for the minute. At least this season, I think. The next most expensive plant I bought was $80, and that was for a big ol' huge Philodendron pluminii. And oh my gosh, that plant is gorgeous and worth every penny. This one, we will see. I hope I don't kill her. The prices just kept going up and up and up for these plants, and I'm like, I gotta get one before they're $400 a pop for a little wet stick, you know? I feel like with this plant, I'm like officially a plant tuber, a plant Instagrammer, all of those things. You like need one of these in order to be accepted into the club, as it were. She is my pass into the club, presuming I don't kill her. She's beautiful. I'm very happy to have her. I really, really, really hope I don't kill her. So yeah, I'm gonna go put her back while I still have my wits about me. Because I don't want her to die. I don't even remember if I did the drink for it. I will do it now.
There's always time for a cocktail.
Next on the list. Question 4. Never have I ever bought a plant just because it was trending on Instagram. So, like, to be fair about this, like, I'll say yes, of course. But, like, There are so many plants I've bought or discovered because of either Instagram or YouTube videos of people talking about it. So I feel like half the plants I have are because I discovered them through different social media. The most obvious answers to this are the standard Monstera deliciosa. I really got into those because so many people were posting about them and they were beautiful. The other thing I would probably say is my string of hearts. Both of them, I bought 2 and both of them are struggling right now. One of them I actually had to depot and re-put in. Some of my strings I'm trying to recuperate are right here. So those are probably the 2 biggest examples of plants I bought because they had a big Instagram following. I'm trying to think of any others. Probably my whalefin sansevieria is another one. That's a pretty trendy plant that people are all about, and I totally bought onto that. And I still love it. That's the thing. I haven't bought a plant that I regret because of Instagram posts or Facebook posts. So I'll go with that. Is that fair? That fair? I still say it counts though. I did it. It's cool. Question 5. Never have I ever met another plant tuber. Nope. Can't say I have. Not even before I started. I've never met anybody who did plant tube or had a phone call with anyone or a Skype call or whatever. No. I'm new to this. Nobody knows who I am. It's all good. Question 6. Never have I ever neglected a plant and purposely let it die a slow death. So right now, my poor plant Paolo, the one that I kind of share with the boyfriend, poor Paolo, I found out he was the source of my spider mite problem that I discovered during my houseplant tour, that he was the one who was spreading it to all of my plants, and I just didn't know it. So he is now banished to the outside. I have him in a partially shaded spot. He's not doing great, but he's not dead yet. I continually water him, see if he survives, and maybe by the end of summer I will maybe bring him back in. I'm not sure about that. So yeah, he's one example. Other examples of this for sure. My Hoya, oh, she's right here. Let me just grab her. My Hoya Crimson Queen hasn't really grown much at all in the year I had her. She had this long tendril with nothing on it forever. And then this season, I got this, which is not nothing, but basically I was like, hey, if you die, you die, and she hasn't died. The plants I'm neglecting tend to do a lot better than the ones I pay attention to, so I don't know exactly what that says about me. Actually, I know exactly what that says about me. It says I'm a little overbearing, and I think too much, and I need to just let plants do what plants do. Doesn't mean I will, but that's what I should be doing, right? Another one is my Calathea, or not orbifolia, my Calathea oh my gosh, I'm blanking. I can't remember the name of the plant. I've had a few Calatheas that I'm like, we'll see if you survive, and they're surviving just fine. It's so weird. Even Calatheas would prefer I ease off a little bit on the attention. Part of the reason I think I'm doing better now with plants is just because I have more and I can't pay as much attention to each individual one as I used to be able to. I don't know. So that's that. Question 7. Never have I ever purchased a plant and then later regretted buying it. And what plant was it? That Hoya Crimson Queen. She has barely grown at all. I think she's cute and everything. It's just do something. Maybe I should have just bought a bigger plant. And it's not like a Hoya thing either, because I bought my Hoya pubicalis. Oh gosh, I'm slurring already. My Hoya pubicalis. I bought that Hoya and she's doing great. She loves it. I'm treating her well. She's doing great. So it's not a Hoya thing. It's definitely that Hoya. Don't talk about her. She's right there. The other one I'd probably add to this list is my Calathea White Fusion, because it was one of the first plants I got, and good God, I just could not, I wasn't ready for her, skill-wise, emotionally, grammatically.
Spiritually, ecumenically, grammatically.
Just wasn't ready for her. Did I drink? I don't remember. can't remember if I drink or not. That's a bad sign. Okay, question 8. Never have I ever bargained with a plant seller on the sale of a plant. Nope, never done that. I just don't have like the cojones for that kind of thing. If it's too expensive, I just don't buy it and I walk away, right? I'm also not one of those people who like buys half-dead plants to try to revive them and save them. It's like, that is not in my wheelhouse. That is not a skill I have, and I am so worried about all my plants all the time that if they're half dead when I bring them in, like, they've got no shot. Or I don't have a shot of reviving them, you know? Like, I need the best shot in the world from the jump in order to make sure my plants don't die. Like, how is that a thing? Like, that is not a thing for me at all. Question 9. Never have I ever killed a rare plant. I mean, I guess it depends on what you consider rare, right? Like, I killed my first Calathea White Fusion. That's it's uncommon. I wouldn't say it's rare. I also totally killed, like, eviscerated in less than a month, a Calathea Roseopicta Dottie. Not a Dottie. No, I have a Dottie. The Calathea Roseopicta Rosie. The rosy one. The one with the pink on the inside and the green on the outside. It was like an itty-bitty baby version, and it just... Nope. It just wanted nothing to do with me. If those count as rare, then yes, I'll just drink. It's fine. I don't drink. Question 10. Never have I ever drove over an hour to shop and visit a plant nursery. No? Well, okay. So there was one time where on the outskirts of the city, there was a bunch of plant nurseries, like on the periphery of the city, and each of them, like as an individual drive and then from each other, were all like 30, 45 minutes. And I made a point to like start at one and then like hit them all the way down, and the whole round trip took like 2.5 to 3 hours. And for what it's worth, they had a whole lot of nothing there. It was complete waste of my time, didn't buy anything. I'll just drink for that one too, because that was a long road trip specifically to pick up plants from places that I wasn't frequenting as often, and it was just a complete and utter failure. Question 11. Never have I ever bought a plant that was so large I could barely fit it in my car. Oh, heck yeah. The plant in question, of course, is my lovely bird of paradise here, as I, like, stroke her strangely. By the way, she has a brand new leaf. Didn't have any cuts in it whatsoever. Like, it didn't split or anything. It was just, it's perfect. And oh my gosh. Like, it's good. I'm not gonna touch it. It's gonna be perfect. Like, all of my other leaves have, like, brown tips and slits and stuff all over the place. Like, that one is perfect, and she will stay perfect. Damn it. I insist on it. She was at least 5 feet tall when I got her. I want to say she was even a little taller than that. She was about my height, a little taller. But the thing is, I have a Fiat 500, which is one of those little micro cars. Yeah, I have one of those itty-bitty little Fiat 500s. I will say, she fit in there just fine. Like, yeah, I had to, like, tip her over and, like, fit her in sideways, but she fit just fine. Didn't have any issues traveling, which is why hatchbacks are fucking dope. Hatchbacks are the thing. Small SUVs are basically big hatchbacks with a premium price. I said it. I'm not ashamed of it. I will die on this hill. I will die on it. People give me grief about that car all the time, about, like, how dinky it is. I fit a 6-foot ladder in that car. Fight me. And hatchbacks are the best cars in the world. Don't at me. Don't want to hear it. They're the best. If that car dies tomorrow, I'm just buying another one. They're great. Question 12. Never have I ever showered with my plants. Oh, come on now. This isn't even fair anymore. Now, in a normal sense, yes, I've brought plants into the shower with me, generally calatheas and things like that I wanted to give like a little humidity boost to. But right now I actually have a Cebu Blue pothos that is just in my shower all the time. It hangs in the window, like I have this really big like glass block window in my bathroom. And it's perfect for light because it pretty much has like the direct light, but it's all scattered through the window. So it's like perfectly diffused. It's great. I love it, and it's thriving there. So yeah, that Cebu Blue sees me shower every single day. That poor thing is traumatized. Next! Question 13, never have I ever went on a no plant buy and it was successful. No, I'm not a big no plant buy person, but not because I'm like, oh, it's just money, just throw it around everywhere. No, it's more like, I have like my budget for fun money or like money I can kind of spend whatever I want on it, and I've had times in the past where I'm like, okay, I need to cut off my fun budget, but that's everything. That's like, I can't buy new clothes, makeup, a new purse, kitchen gadgets, like all that stuff. Like, I'm not buying anything that's frivolous or unnecessary. Power through! So I go on general budget no buys of like, hey, only buy the essentials and try not to spend extra money. But that's not specific to plants, and that's usually only like for the month. So I would say no to that one just because I've never been like, oh, I've gone too far, I need to stop buying plants. Though I do try to stagger a little bit. I try not to buy too many at once so that I'm not like overwhelmed with the care, but not because of budget or anything like that. Question 14. Never have I ever gotten a plant for free. Oh yeah. My plants. Oh, good God. Okay, I can't say words anymore. My parents allowed me to take cuttings of one of their syngoniums as well as their Hartley philodendron. And they're both great. And I got them for free. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Question 15. Never have I ever bought a plant as a gift for someone, but then decided to keep it for myself instead. No. Whenever I buy plants as gifts, which I've only done twice, I think, I just buy snake plants because generally the people I'm buying plants for aren't good at taking care of plants. So I want something to be super low light and can neglect for months on end and not die. So yeah, I just buy them snake plants, and I've never felt the need to keep those because I could always just get them myself if I wanted them. Question 16. Never have I ever sold a plant online. No, I have not. I have a few things that I'm willing to sell. I just really don't like the idea of packaging something and being liable for it. I want to eventually. I'll say that. Question 17. Never have I ever deleted mean or inappropriate comments on YouTube. Nope. I'm not a big enough deal for that type of shenanigans at this point. Honestly, at this point, how about everybody who's still watching this, why don't you write a mean comment down below and see if I delete it or not. Let's avoid racism. Let's avoid any sort of like gender put downs or anything anti-LGBTQ, but go ahead. Say I look like a piece of mozzarella cheese or something. Let's see if I delete it.
You are human tennis elbow. You are a pizza burn on the roof of the world's mouth. You are the opposite of Batman.
Make it fun mean. No one writes mean comments, just like a couple of scammy things, but it is what it is. Question 18. Never have I ever bought a plant with the intent of propagating its cuttings for sale. I mean, my intention is always to have it grow nice and big and healthy. Like, healthy to the point where eventually I'd have to cut it back because it got too big. Like, I'd like to get to that point. But for the intention to propagate it? I guess I did it with the Cebu Blue because I figured they were fast growers. I could make cuttings from them all the time and they would sell and kind of recoup some of the money from the plant, but I also just really like the plant, so I didn't buy it for the propagations. And trust me, for that elbow, I'm making sure she has like 14 leaves before I cut anything on her because I'm a nervous wreck and I would not be able to handle cutting that thing apart. Whatever, I'll drink for it anyway. I'm losing light. Oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up. There's 2 more questions left. It's times like this I wish I had an overhead light because you can see every shadow. Question 19. Never have I ever went to a Bix. Never have I ever went to a big box store run and not gone to the garden center. I mean, since I've been into plants, no, I don't go to big box stores and not visit the plant section. I often go to the big box store just to look at the plant section and not to get anything else. Anything that has a plant section, Walmart, Target superstores, grocery stores. I may not like peruse in there a long time, but I'm eyeballing it. I'm like, do I see anything? Is there anything that looks like even close to something I'm interested in? Oh, you got some interesting pothos varieties. Oh, I see you've got some calathea over there. Like, I will eyeball it at a minimum. So I'd say, yeah, like, if anything has a plant section, I'm there. Last question. Never have I ever met some of my followers in person. Nope. Yeah, like, I started this after all the quarantine and COVID stuff happened, so every time I'm in a public space, I'm wearing a mask anyway. I don't know, stranger things have happened, but, like, right now, whenever I'm out in public, I'm going to be wearing a mask on. So you won't be able to recognize me anyway. I wonder, like, since everyone's everyone should be walking around with masks on, you, person, should be walking around with a mask on every time you're outside. Is this, like, a secret, like, awesome thing for celebrities because they can go out with, like, no makeup, mask on, and, like, a hat and sunglasses, and literally no one knows who they are? Like, is that a thing? Are they, like, living their best life right now because they can go out in public and no one treats them special? I don't know. Hot take. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. This was a lot of fun to think about the answers to. I'll link all the questions below. The originator, the people who made my Black Lives Matter shirt, which is awesome. Yeah, I can't think of literally anything else to say right now. My mind is mush and it's blank. You can tell with all this quarantine stuff that I have not gone out at all. Because, like, 2 drinks makes me at this point where I can, like, barely string, like, words and sentences together and think ahead of time. I am now officially, like, the lightest of lightweights. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Write me a mean comment. I'm looking forward to all of your snide insults. I'm very excited. Have a good day. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll catch you next time. Bye. Jazz hands.